We have LDLC and we have Epsilon coming right now. It's going to be pretty interesting because the Frenchies, we get to see them. We had so much focus on them in recent times, obviously with the mix-up, the shuffle, the shake-up, whatever way you want to put it. But recently, Epsilon, the team that had a lot of criticism, a lot of people just scrutinizing them, maybe saying, okay, this is the leftover team, sure, right? Okay. But actually, they've been putting some results on the board. They've been having some very, very nice games, and they're going to be playing Dust 2 against the LDLC.
Yeah, I listened to your 3-hour.
Oh my god! How'd you get through it?
2 hour and 43-minute podcast with Thorin and Semler. I got to 2 hours 15. Then I was tired. I went to sleep and I played it on my phone and I passed out to the voice of Thorin. So I need to replay it because I have no idea what was discussed. Like it was kind of where you got to start to talk about the Epsilon team. So I need to replay that to see what the general gist was. But we are going to go into the knife round here, and I'm curious to see how these guys develop. I think Epsilon will have the biggest eye on them and the smallest eye at the same time. In that, I think they have the most room to kind of. I think there's a lot of molding for them to do, but at the same time the focus is on the other team. So that's the kind of big eye, small eye analogy.
So I have like a thing to point out here, especially concerning LDLC. Okay, so for these videos I've been doing, I've got one in the works, which will be really soon, which is on an LDLC strategy on Cash, which is like a really, really like well put together A-take, and it's a happy strat. He created it, and so I ended up talking to him briefly to ask him a few ththings about it, and just to make sure I have my facts together before releasing an informational video about it.
Infomercial of what you're going to say.
Yeah, so it's a professional thing to do, and so we got to talking about how I always just find like some of the best strats that he's most proud of that he's created, and he said that there's a B split on Dust 2 also that he uses, and also that Titan has started using that they kind of copied from him. That's really, really sick as well. So that's something that we can look out for, because if it's a happy strat, it's very signature.
It's gonna be good.
You'll see that it's very, very well thought out. That's how you know it's a happy strat. It's extremely well thought out and very clean and crisp. Everyone has a very specific role, and he always has a very good thinking of, okay, where can it go wrong? Okay, this is how we deal with that in case it happens. So it's something to look out for.
So you saw one shot, won the knife round and went to CT side, but it looks like Epsilon want the T side here to start off with. So we will see what these teams have in store for each other as we go into the pistol round here, LDLC versus Epsilon. Let's do this, Leroy Jenkins.
I thought you were going to go full Leroy then. That would have been pretty cool. That would have been something. You have to save that. We're going to have a boost coming in here from LDLC. Pretty much everybody is getting boosted up there. Smith's a very generous man. His head is like, his neck is very strained at the moment and probably cramping up as we speak. But this is going to allow LDLC to get good grips, of what's actually happening on the map at the moment.
So my Belgian friend reckons that FXio's name is actually Foxy0, which is what his name was written as last week, although he's gone back to FXio now, so we'll have to see what it actually is. But never mind that, there's a 4-on-2 now for Epsilon as they go. Well, they seem to be a bit stuck on short at the moment, but they have got all the frags, so who cares where they are. They will take the first round of this, and I'm curious to see what's going to happen here on the first buy round for both teams, because we saw, last time we saw LDLC on CT of Dust 2, we saw some crazy Rambo strats from Smiths coming through, double doors on mid, etc. And I want to see if we're going to see the same thing today, or if they've calmed down, taken their medicine, and we'll see something more passive, I don't know. But we're a few rounds away from that now.
The scout duel in mid, man, it's scary stuff. Kyoshima getting tagged, and we got Shoxy slowly pushing short here, and Happy's very close as well. Look at this, they have a lot of team play possible. Happy, unfortunately for LDLC, will go down though, and that is going to allow Epsilon to slowly move forwards on mid. It's going to be Scream who gets the first kill with the Galil. A second one coming in for Scream as well, and now it's completely opened up, and we're actually seeing PM playing here again. And looks like Epsilon slowly working LDLC apart here with these rifles and the scout of Foxio. Is that what we're going to go with? Foxy0? It's like, or are we going to go with FX0? I don't know, man.
I know,
like
we both prefer FXio, so we could go with that until we have confirmation from him.
let's just go FXO into weak confirmation. That's not a good plan.
I mean, it would have been easier if he had kept his name to Foxy0, but now he's gone back to FX. Oh my god, speak of the devil, and he shall appear.
It's quite a nice shot, that's for sure, and that's going to allow them to have a bit of an easier timer against these P250s and P2000s that we see coming in from LDLC. So far, it's pretty simple, it's pretty easy, pickings for Epsilon as LDLC are ecoing, but the fun is going to come when we get this next round underway, when we see the buy coming in for the French side LDLC, and there's Happy left over. I have to ask Happy if this if Messiah is like a name change that he wants, because he uses it all the time now, or if
maybe he's just
keep calling him Happy.
Maybe he's just feeding himself, and he's a Messiah. He's the beast. Well, we're going to see if he's a beast now, as it is going to be the first buy round for Team LDLC, and we'll see what kind of strats they're going to go for. They haven't opted for any helmets whatsoever. SmithZz is butt naked in the birthday suit with the AWP here. No armor to speak of. Misses the first shot, and it's going to rotate his position. Something we see a lot, especially from French teams, is towards the start of the round. I mean, Titan always used to just leave the mid at the beginning of the round, put an extra man on B, then rotate back to it later on. And seeing that from LDLC here at the moment.
And we can see they're slowly, working, all the position across the map. They look at how much space that they have. They have all of this. They just have it right now. So there's a lot of obscurity, right now for LDLC. They're going to see nades coming in from Uzzziii over towards B. They're going to see, some shots rattled off towards A. It's going to be madness for them to understand exactly what is going on for Epsilon. Now Epsilon get to make the call, A split or B split. Looks like Scream's going to go in here, gets actually the pick, so they can just go off of that. Scream knows what he's doing, and now it's going to be a pretty hard-fought defense here, but it's, shoxy's up to the task. Shoxy, in with some damage there, but he will get taken down by PM. NBK there in the pit, ready to deal with any players coming from that long position, and FX are going to plant for short.
Now, here with this duel from NBK and GMX, but again, we're seeing the CTs hold long while short this push to make sure it's easier for them to do the retake. However, LDLC have fallen this round, and NBK will try to live the fight another day. However, he's going to have a few mercenaries after him on the T side here for Epsilon.
Here they come. Can NBK defend? Looks like the answer is a resounding no.
To go back to that point, like when we saw Titan playing earlier, again, Maniac was just staying in pit the whole time, so it allows for a strong retake where they can have a two-pronged attack rather than all coming from the same place. And we see that again here from LDLC with that attempt there with NBK staying in pit and just keeping an eye on long doors to try and stop any potential pincer movement and give them a stronger retake later on in the round. And that's something quite often, like when people are playing pugs and so on, you see there's action on short and the guy on long makes a run for it, and then they eventually get pincered from two places by the terrorists. So something to note there, a common tactic we're seeing from various CT sides here today.
Yeah, definitely difficult times here for LDLC. NBK going to find himself with a peek here soon to be had. It's going to be PM who will peek him first, and that's going to be 3 left now. We've got Deagle on Shoxy, looking for that shot to the head, not going to find it just yet. PM going to be alive still. Shoxy unable to find anything. There's one more guy over towards CD spawn. He's going to get taken out, and we got ourselves a Happy Messiah with that AK-47. Does tag down PM pretty low, and all Molotoving in. That might actually be able to finish him off. Maybe, just maybe, barely not reaching PM, and he is going to go for the save on this AK. So, definitely a hard-fought situation here for LDLC, and they don't have a lot in the way of economic momentum going for them. So actually see the money situation now. It's not something to really cry home about, shout home about. And so we're going to get one frag coming in from Happy before he goes down, and only losing 2 members, Epsilon. So they're having a very solid start to Dust 2. Their money is absurdly good.
Okay, now we saw in the last buy round, Smith got smoked off fairly quickly by the terrorists, which is why he was forced to rotate his position to remain useful for the following 20 seconds, but he is going somewhere else here.
I thought FXO and Smith were destined to clash there at the start of the round, but not quite. Smith's veering off towards short actually, and he's going to be there on short with NBK. Actually, rather, they both get taken down by PM. Massive double kill there coming in for Epsilon, and PM has been instrumental to Epsilon, some of Epsilon's past awesome results as well. LDLC coming in now for this rotation, trying to salvage this round, but it's going to be Happy once again left, the last man standing. Can the Messiah do this? I don't know if he can. I mean, the bomb is down there on short, but there's no way for him to really play off of that. He gets smoked off. I mean, this looks terrible.
Yeah, I mean, if he dies, he'll be on the same money as the rest of his teammates, so like, it was worth him doing as much economic damage as possible, if not trying to clutch the round. But with 14 HP, his options are even more limited than previous, so he will try and find a neat hiding place.
One thing to note there is that PM essentially walked out into NBK and SmithZz. SmithZz having an AWP, NBK with the rifle, and bam, bam, 2 headshots. Opened up short, completely crushed the A defense. That is the reason why this round looks like this. It's just PM. It's all PM. He just did a phenomenal job. And it's like Happy might just be able to make a quick kill at the end here onto Uzzziii. So he's now pretty safe. But, I mean, PM, this guy, when they played Titan on Cash, it was PM's AWPing that really just put together the correct defense that made that an extremely close game. I think it was 2 overtimes before Titan were able to eventually win. But Epsilon looking good.
Oh, he was filling in for someone, wasn't he? Is he subbing again?
He was subbing for Uzzziii last time.
Okay, but Uzzzii's in the house today, so PM will be subbing for someone else, it seems. However, they are playing 1 AWP for the time being, and it's working a treat. If it's not broke, don't fix it. 6-0 to Epsilon here.
Got shoxy in a deep position here on short, looking for some information. Perhaps head or some sounds, but Scream just gonna walk out, take out SmithZz, and really abusing the fact that, you know, they have these really powerful rifles. shoxy with a great little peek there. Scream and PM left against 3 now as they take over short. Just building into an A push perhaps, but actually, wait, the bomb is down in dark, so this really changes the dynamic of the round here.
So they are selling the B rotate through mid with that smoke. But the bomb is going to be up short, and Kyoshima, he won't hear that as they are walking up there, but PM's going to get taken down, and it's going to be a 1-on-3 here. NBK finishing the job, and that's LDLC. Welcome to the scoreboard.
They have been repeatedly sustaining a lot of damage, though, thanks to the likes of people like PM and FX. They've been doing a good job, and we can see Scream has also been making the frags happen so far. So we're definitely seeing all of Epsilon turning up so far, and LDLC need to really get a few rounds under their belt to start having some stability when it comes to the money game. And SmithZz here, AWPing on mid. FX, where is he though? I mean, he is the potential contestant here in the AWP duels, and he is actually on mid as well. But because of the smokes, then find each other.
Yeah, FX in that area we call suicide, as historically it's not a good idea to run down there when on dust 2. So we've got 2 CTs in mid at the moment. And we might have the smoke coming in. Now we've got a pop flash off the wall from mid, from PM, sorry, on mid. But SmithZz going to back off towards the B-bomb site where there will be 3 terrorists CT. So now would be a good time for the terrorists to push towards A, and we'll see if they're going to do it. But obviously they don't have the information at this 3 over there, it seems, and they're all huddled around mid and short at the moment. And time is running out, 40 seconds on the clock, and they are going to push towards B.
Really good timing to push there as the kind of rotation came in from LDLC rather, and FX going to take down NBK, who was jumping across, and now LDLC, it's all falling apart for them. The timing just didn't quite work out. Can Kyoshima save the round? He gets a quick double, does get taken out though, but now it's down to Happy, as it always is. He's going to make it a 1-on-2. 2 players left, the bomb down and crossover. He's going to know about that, but with his AWP, is he going to want to go for this this risk? He does take down FX. Now it's a 1-on-1. Happy. Can he make it happen? PM will get the plant down, but we have Happy fast approaching from below. The AK picks up Uzzziii, and PM rather going to take him out with the help of Uzzziii, and it's going to be 7-1. So Epsilon having a stormer of a first half at the moment, and it seemed like LDLC were playing it really well to begin with. They didn't really compromise their positions, but at the exact moment that they decide to sacrifice this 3B play and be like, okay guys, let's rotate, and just have a more normal setup. That's when Epsilon struck.
That was a specific change from Valve a few months ago where the bomb flies forward now when the bomb carrier gets tagged. And you did see it went down. Oh, never mind that. This is, well, it is an anti-eco here, and Epsilon have taken out 3 guys. Last one remaining on the A-bomb site. On long, where the bomb is. But yeah, I mean, the bomb fell down, and that caused at least 3 of the Epsilon players to fall to the AWP, and it could have gone LDLC's way, but it just couldn't frag the last person, the smoke and the flash, helping the bomb get onto the bomb site, and it is going to be 8-1 rather than 7-2 or otherwise. So LDLC not looking good for their money so far. They're really going to have to step things up with the AWPs on the T side if they want to get back into this.
Oh dear, gonna lose Happy straight away, LDLC. And they just can't quite seem to get to a position where they can play their game. It just doesn't seem to quite happen. They're just crippled, just ever since the beginning of the game, on the money, and they keep having to have these make-do buys, where it's just not quite optimal. And right now we're seeing SmithZz alone, more or less on this short angle. And we do have a pick coming in from Uzzziii onto Kyoshima there. Epsilon make their way in, and LDLC find themselves in more and more trouble. Now it's a 2-on-5, and now it's a 1-on-5. SmithZz alone against these French players from Epsilon, and it's going to be another easy cleanup. Epsilon are just, on every single count, they are just being superior right now to LDLC. They just don't have the defense, and especially with how stretched their buys are.
LDLC could still make this 10-5, which would be somewhat reasonable, but it is not looking that likely the way things are going here. 1 round of 10 so far on the CT side of this map, and Epsilon did choose the T side, so maybe they had something up their sleeve. And if they did, it's working out really well for them so far.
Yeah, we know that LDLC does have a strong T half as well, and they're going to really need that. So at this point in time, LDLC, a lot of trouble being had, and NBK going to actually pop PM's head off, going to get the bomb carrier down. They know where the bomb is now. We can see a very aggressive kind of cluster of LDLC players towards mid around that bomb now on short, mid, and dark. So their aggressive play coming in handy. SmithZz going to take down Uzzziii, and that puts it to a 4-on-2 situation where they have full control of the round. But the problem is that they don't have much in the way of health and armor, and it's going to be happy to take down GMX, but the returns are coming in. But finally, LDLC will pull themselves a victory in the form of an eco, and this will perhaps give them a chance now.
Yeah, now it's a chance to get back into their game. They get a free AWP out of that as well, which is going to be very important. Happy going to have about 4,000, 3.5 left in the bank for Kyoshima. PM going to be AFK for a second, it seems. So a passive round while they wait for their AFK player to... Oh, there he is. He's right back on the scene. And quite deep in mid at the moment. Small banging there from Uzzziii, but no one's to be found there. Got 3 players around the A-bomb site at the moment, including Long, which is being held by NBK as usual.
Pretty standard stuff. Again, you're just expanding on dark, expanding on short. The bomber doesn't want to be like so forward on short, though. Yeah, he's going to toss that back. If he's going to make a peek, he's got to do it safely and not give away that info. And soon they're going to have to make the call. Do we go B split or A split? And right now LDLC are telling us that we are expecting more B pressure to be coming in. They make the push in through dark, able to make a trade kill, and now Epsilon have to make a call. Do they go B now that they've seen that there's players aggressive on dark, or do they double back into B or just execute this A? These are the options they have. They are going to go for this A play. SmithZz long distance going to cause a lot of problems for them.
That was a Batman frag. It just came out of nowhere and just took him out of the sky. Really nice play there from SmithZz, but can he stop them from getting on the bomb site here? Slowly but surely, they are eking towards the bomb site, and we've still got 2 CTs on long here, so we are going to see a multiple pronged attack.
Oh, no, FX you're just barely not seeing a player there. And here he comes, shoxi. Oh, there's the whisk shot. That's shoxi's opportunity, perhaps, as he tosses in an HE. Goes up, gets the first kill. There's one more player behind him. Can shoxi do it? PM going to take him out. It's just screaming PM left now to try to do the damage. PM going to take down a second. Messiah, happy, he falls. And now it's a 2-on-2 situation. That bomb is ticking further and further, and now NBK trying to just get his hands dirty, going up close, but PM, what a spray down! PM with a quad kill to save the round for Epsilon. This player so instrumental to the success of this French side. PM, what a player.
Man, that was an epic spray down. That was, you know, you should get. I think when someone has an epic spray down, they should get like a hose trophy, like just for epic spray down award, because that was really nice there by PM. And it's going to be 10-2 to Epsilon. This is just going better and better for them. And do wonder, although I mean, again, this isn't like their main lineup because PM isn't one of the main five.
Every time he plays, he's so good. It's crazy.
Yeah, he is just really clutching a lot of rounds for them across many matches. So long may it continue. You can see NBK's taken a slightly more aggressive position here on long than before, but he's slowly going to move back to a bit more passive as the round continues there. Obviously, he has the P shooter, so he's going to need to be closer than otherwise. And T's are moving through to mid here. To CT even.
Yeah, so a very slow, methodical execute there through mid. SmithZz is waiting, though, up on the box. And he's going to get annihilated by PM. So it looks like NBK going to be fast on the rotation. They're going to take down GMX to get himself a rifle, but he's far behind this push that's coming in up mid from Epsilon. Now as Uzzziii makes his way through dark for the pincer movement onto that B side, catching player in the side there. FXO with the turn and the drop onto shoxy, and there goes the bomb planted. NBK, he is alone with this AK-47 against two players. FXO is low though. NBK gets the kill. He's got one more to find. Uzzziii behind the double doors. There's a Molotov trying to eliminate some positions here. It does not bounce as he wanted it to, but he still has some time here. But the problem is there's no kit. That's the big issue for NBK. Trying to fake Uzzziii out. Will he go for it? Uzzziii gets the kill onto NBK and saves the round once again. Epsilon, they are just clutching left and right, and it's an 11-2 scoreline for them.
That was a nice frag by NBK on the AWPer. And something to note for people playing pugs, etc. A lot of people, when they're aware there's an AWPer there, for some reason they still peek really slowly. You can see, rather than just emerging slowly from the corner there, NBK, he ran sideways to try and pick the AWPer before he can trace him and get the shot off. And that was just a small point there. But unfortunately, he couldn't find the second terrorist in time. And it's 11-2 to Epsilon here. So I doubt anybody was expecting this.
And it's like we're going to see a lot of damage coming in here from Epsilon onto NBK with an AWP shot through that smoke, I think it was. And the Scream going to pick on SmithZz. They are going aggro for sure, and it's not really working out for them. Happy tossing in a grenade there through the double doors. And we have just a standoff now as Epsilon lets LDLC sit in their despair. As it is a very sad situation here for LDLC. Looking at the score at the moment, Happy going to creep through the smoke, and he's going to be found. Going to get one kill before he does die, but Scream ready now for this player oncoming. Kiyoshima not going to find himself a frag. Here goes NBK with the jump shot with the mag. He's going to have to do a lot with this in 16 health. Here he goes. Doesn't make the first shots happen, and NBK will go down, and it's the last round. Epsilon might just bring themselves to 13-2.
We've got the
Triple
scout. Oh
Quad
my
scout.
god, what is this?
Come on, Happy, do it. Oh.
Highlight a reel incoming.
Oh my god, this
Quad
is
scouts. I don't even know. I mean, this is too many buttons to follow here.
We can perhaps let Autodex do its thing here. As NBK does get a tag onto GMX actually. The Scout is kind of dangerous because of how fast it is. Look at this, they're actually pulling in some picks with the Scout. Scout is really good, and if you know how to use it, and if you know where to use it, you must know when to scout and when not to scout. As Kula would say.
Oh dear. Quadruple scout? Really? I mean, is this like...
This is the thing, man.
This is new tactics?
It's the thing.
Is this pro plays of the week for DDK? Quad scout?
And they are 3-on-3 now with a health advantage, significantly so. SmithZz burning
SmithZz.
alive. Oh, I love how he wasn't trying to, he's like trying not to give it away. He's like, nope, not here. Oh, burning alive, but no, I'm not here until the last second. He couldn't hold on to it anymore. But 2-on-3 now, and it's still a very low health count for Scream and PM. FXO is still fully loaded though. A meat popsicle. And now we have LDLC's Happy once again left to try to clutch this. And of course it's not looking so favorable for him. 3 players left alive here. Is he going to guess right? PM close to him. One on the boxes in towards dark. He'll take off the head of PM, but that's going to be all he's going to find as Happy unable to save that round for his team. And to be honest, that was too much to do. And we have now a 13-2 scoreline for Epsilon, a massive result. I cannot imagine what the skins are going to be reflecting here. I mean, would you bet against LDLC or against Epsilon? I mean, okay, maybe like 60-40, maybe 65-35, something like that. But right now, Epsilon is showing another level, especially thanks to the clutches that they've clutched everything.
One day, I want to be able to say, everyone buy Scout in a professional match. I mean, that was really awesome to see. Quadruple Scout. Last week, we saw triple AWP from them on Cash, and now we're seeing quadruple Scout. I mean, what's going to be next week? 5 negatives?
To be fair, it's Dust 2, I guess. So it is like a quite viable thing. Yeah,
absolutely. Yeah. You've got the ranges to play it. So I mean, there's only so many There's only so many scouts you can defend against. 4 scouts. At the end there, 2 of the players had like 8 HP, 11 HP. So they were very close.
It's like that spot where like on maps, like, and this is the same in Quake as well, same principle. Like some weapons are very good at specific situations. So for example, on Mag's really close range, but there's only specific spots where it's like that. We'll have to revisit that point later on. We have the pistol round now, and this is massively important, obviously, for LDLC, who, if they lose this pistol round, are pretty much out of the game. So here goes Happy over at the Longhouse. He's going to get absolutely wrecked by Uzzziii, and we've got the push coming in on short here with the bomb as well. shoxy, the point man, but he gets wrecked as well. shoxy goes down. This is looking bad for LDLC now. Player in CT spawn. Scream going to take him out, and they've been just scratched. NBK to drop the first man, but there's 4 left, and NBK is the last man standing for LDLC. The bomb getting planted. There's going to be some money there, but look at this, cheekily trying to get the jump shot onto NBK there, but he's not going to find it. NBK with another kill. Needs to find 3 more though. Can NBK deliver? And looks like he will finally get taken out, and at least they get the bomb down. Only 1 eco for them, but still, that is so disappointing for them.
Yeah, there's, that just leaves them with a lot less room to do anything really in this. I mean, it's 14-2 Epsilon. They're going to have to get the anti-eco. I mean, they've got to go for the force buy here. We're seeing, I think a FAMAS was bought. Sorry, FAMAS, a Galil was bought by SmithZz and thrown over to shoxy. So as Thorin says, like he's giving it to the sickest Stahmer in the team, putting the weapon on the strongest players there. So shoxy will have full armor and the AK, so he's going to have to make an opening for himself here. We'll see what he does with it. And again, we've got Happy as well with the AK and shoxy with the Galil here.
shoxy's going to try to open up something on the A side, but interestingly, we can see that there is no one actually on the side itself. So whether or not this turns into an opening for LDLC is, time will tell now, as GMX is putting himself on crossover. But that smoke is really going to help. GMX going to actually pop someone's head in the smoke. It will be NBK, and shoxy close range now with the Galil. There it is. Great headshot there. Snap reaction there from shoxy. And LDLC are now even on the player count. They have the sight. The bomb is going down. Happy going to go aggressive. Great little flash there. Not going to find the shot immediately. Got to be careful not to overextend here. They're all in that choke point. Do LDLC realize this? Happy is there alone. Just waiting patiently for someone to step through that smoke, but no one is brave enough just yet. And they are playing it very slow. Walking is PM on the other side with the FAMAS. And there it is, Happy. Going to get the snap there onto PM's head, and that's going to be that frag. And this is going to make this next to impossible now for Epsilon. With no time left, LDLC have done it in this round.
They've given themselves a little bit of breathing room, but with Happy's tactics behind them, who knows how far they could do. But one slip up here is all that's going to be required for a draw minimum here for Epsilon.
Yeah, I mean, as you said, we got to be keeping our eyes out for this Happy B split, and I haven't seen it yet, so it's something I need to look for if we don't see it today. But I'm pretty sure it will present itself to us when we are seeing a B split set up. So it's like FX, you're going to be pulling in the shenanigans. They know that they can be risky here. They got so many rounds to play with, and LDLC going to hit.
Look at this rotate from the CTs here. They've got 4 people on the A site already.
LDLC going to have to execute well then. They have to perform like beasts to try to actually make these frags happen for themselves. And Epsilon coming in. Maybe not the best positions in the world, but they have the numbers, and that's what's important here. Scream just tapping away heads. And now it's just 2 left, shoxy and SmithZz. There's no money left on LDLC's side, so they need this bomb down first of all. Oh no, Scream gets it before the bomb's even planted. How on earth did he manage to pull that one off? And oh my goodness, there is nothing. There's nothing for LDLC. They have an AK on shoxy.
Scream.
And maybe NBK can buy one as well and no helmet, but they have nothing.
That was some bullet time business right there. Scream has entered the Matrix, and he's just caused absolute havoc, and that's a lot of match points here for Epsilon. LDLC with only 2 rifles here. NBK with no helmet, so that's a one shot from these M4s that will just potentially end his game completely.
So they are going for a little bit of a pressure on the mid here. That's not necessarily going to be a committed play. They do have the bomb dropped to the Xbox. So it looks like NBK is going to go down immediately, and shoxy as well. That's the 2 weapons. 2 weapons for LDLC, gone. Epsilon, match point. 2 players left with SmithZz and armor. Can they take down 5 players? That's going to be quite a tall order here. LDLC are facing defeat right now, and it's not looking good. Smith is going to take out GMX, and we do have Messiah Happy still alive. He's going to pick off PM, and it's now 1-on-2. They've managed to do well. They've got the kills. AK picked up by Happy, not able to win the 1-on-1. It's going to be FX Giry to clinch it out, and 16-3, Epsilon take down LDLC. An LDLC that couldn't quite get themselves back after that horrible situation with the economy in the CT side.
That was a curb stomping from Epsilon there, and and they just completely ran a train on LDLC there. I don't even know. I mean, they just overwhelmed them. LDLC couldn't get into the game at all there. It
was brutal, savage.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not even sure what to say. I think I need to watch that back because it just all happened so fast, really.
I think, you know what, there are some situations like the economy was so fragile for the CTs. They never quite got the buys that they wanted. So they were always having to like try to react and gamble. We saw a lot of gambles where they were like stacking 3 on the B. So that's definitely a gamble, because if you're stacking 3 on B and a split comes in, you're pretty screwed. I mean, the bomb's going to go down. They get the best setups possible. They can actually push some guy all the way like down short to defend, and that kills so much time. Like they have such good situations. So we can see the desperation from these B stacks. We can see the problems happening when like PM was able to spray down 4 people on a crucial round, which then forced them to an eco. They just couldn't get it to work with all these clutches going the way of Epsilon.
Yeah, it's worth saying that though, that these teams are all like early in the making, and there's a lot of valuable learning experience to be had here in terms of what they're doing as a team, where they can adjust, etc. These are all basically brand new teams, but I think it's a massive confidence boost for Epsilon, a team who have been, I'd say, in terms of the general community, they're expecting nothing from them. They're expecting them to fail, and they're stomping the teams which are expected to do a lot better than them at the moment. So, you know, who knows what the future holds for these teams at the moment.
They just need to keep PM around, because obviously we've seen them standing in for some players, you know, previously, and their results do seem to come when PM's playing. Like that, they've had some big results when he's been playing.
Yeah, he's been playing considerably better, but he is like a merc for them basically. And is he even looking to be in a team full time?
I don't know. We'll have to find out. But the interesting thing about him, right, is that not only has he done plays, like if we can just take like some of the examples, he made the four kill like spray down and stuff, awesome stuff on the A bomb site to save that round again, which forced Epsilon to an eco, rather LDLC to an eco. He had a round where there was the first big buy coming in from LDLC. He walks into short against Smiths and NBK, like Smiths with an AWP, NBK with an M4. Just taps them both down, just by himself. Like these are like some incredible moves. And then when he was playing against Titan on Cash, you know, we saw this situation where he was AWPing with the best of them, like locking down B by himself. So this guy is definitely a player to watch out for. He's had some great performances recently. Anything else you want to say about this match, James, before we move things forward?
No, I think that's definitely going to need reviewing afterwards, because it was really, I mean, it was a great performance by Epsilon, and I really want to watch that kind of in slow-mo and really look at each round and see exactly what they did and how they managed to play so well. But we've got about 15 minutes until the next match, so make sure you check out the website and look at the leagues and ladders on there. Obviously, if you haven't signed up to the Face It platform yet, then definitely have a look at that. You can win some VIP tickets to our LAN finals, which our league continues on Wednesday. So definitely have a look at that if you have time, and we will see you on the other side of the next match,
which is Unwanted versus NIP. So it's sure to be a pretty awesome one, a sweet off, as we like to see. So see you